Hello, everyone. Hello. Whew, how is everyone tonight? Let me know. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Let me know how you are. I saw a couple comments roll in already. So while we're getting carried out into those beautiful energetic algorithms here, let's go ahead and say hi to Girl Gone. Girl Gone, hello. How are you? How are you? I have two messages from you that say hello, hun. So hello back. And if you were interested in dropping a question or a theme where I could do a little mini reading for you, let me know. Okay. I've been thinking of you. I haven't seen you for a minute, so I've been thinking of you. I've got Karen. I've got Karen who dropped a powerful question in the chat. So we're going to roll with that as well and get to her question. So welcome to the live Q&A here at Creators on the Crest. My name is Stephanie and I am your reader this evening. These are free mini readings for my beautiful creators. There we go. Beautiful creators subscriber community, and this is a one question or theme per person Q&A, first come first serve, and I go from 7 to 8 p.m. And so drop your question or your theme in the chat now if you are watching. I am going to just shout out that I will be doing this again here on the channel in 2 weeks. So I will be back on the 8th of February here, same bat time and bat channel here at Creators on the Crest from 7 to 8. The 8th of February and the 22nd. February astrologically is going to be a crazy, powerful month. So definitely stay tuned. You may definitely have questions come up. Okay. I've got Nancy here. Hello. I've got Tressa from Yourself Evolved here. Hello. Oh, I'm so glad everyone's here. Girl Gone, I got your question about your new guides intentions. Exciting. Okay, we're going to jump in. I've got the pinned comment at the top. You all know that these are offered for free, but if you end up really resonating and you want to just throw a tip my way, I'm not yet monetized on YouTube, but I did drop my Venmo and PayPal business links above, and you're welcome to use those. However, that is not expected, always appreciated. Let's go with Karen. She dropped the first question in. And I'm sorry to hear, Karen, that you lost a longtime dear friend last night and suddenly your upper back went out and it hurts to breathe. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing like a rib out of place. I don't know if that's exactly it, but it's kind of what I see. I hope this is my final lesson of the snake year, the wood snake year, linked to identity. But what am I supposed to learn? I'm not sure it's linked to identity, but the Frequency Friday message, which we were here on Friday at our Frequency Friday collective live, that call has you thinking about that it might be about shedding something identity based. So what the heck is it? I need cards for clarify. I can't talk tonight. Cards for clarification. Ashley, hello. Jason, thank you for moderating. Yes, and reminding people to hit that thumbs up. So appreciated. So appreciated. Okay, we're going to go into the Angel Dreams Oracle for you, Karen, to see a little bit deeper, a little bit under the surface about what this might be. Okay, so Karen, I definitely see that this is possibly your final stage of shedding something here. The good news is on the other side of this, it's looking fantastic. You got two tens. You got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. All right. This is having that feeling of completion emotionally, but also in your physical body or your physical world. Something now that you're dealing with the upper back pain and not being able to breathe is out of alignment, But this image here shows that it will come back into alignment. And the Ten of Cups shows you feeling really good about it. So, yes, I do think you're shedding something to do with your identity. I do think there's an energetic connection here, Karen, as I kind of settle with these cards as to your relationship to abundance is changing. I think that there's going to be energy that you're welcoming in a much more aligned way. Speaking of this alignment, it may have to do actually with the woman you are becoming as an artist, the artist you are becoming, and that is going to become a means in this next year, begin to become a means for some sort of income here. Because I have you being really happy, feeling really good about it. I think for right now, while we kind of, try to cross that line between the wood snake year of 2025 and the fire horse year, which dominates most of 2026, is we're not there yet. I think the best thing you can do is ground and shield from expecting too much of yourself. Okay. These new capacities that you're going into with the tens, they have a much more whole feeling. And it's really interesting that they're using obsidian here, and it's like a volcanic glass, and it chips and breaks along the edges very, abnormally and in these different patterns. And I think that's kind of what's happened to you. There's breaking up so that you can break three. My words tonight, they're jumbled. Okay, break free and break through any barriers that you've had about making a living or earning income, doing what you love. And I think that's what this transition is for. As for your friend transitioning, that's a heavier energy. And I think it's important for you to be with that energy for a bit and just let it process. Just let it process. I also get the feeling with you mentioning that as these cards come up, that specific friend is with you in a very unique way on this part of the journey. Maybe not physically anymore, but definitely with you in a much more energetic capacity. And the second question I got from Girl Gone there was she had a new guide show up. I feel like I would keep your ears, eyes, intuition, your third eye open for your friend's energy who has passed, and maybe the stone of obsidian. We're getting some of this wonderful, beautiful, mystical, grounding, volcanic glass would be the tool you use to help you communicate with your friend. All right. So there's a tie in there to what's going on. I think it feels like you're right there, though. It feels like you're right on top of it. I almost want to go so far as to say this is the last of it. It doesn't mean you won't have ups and downs, but this is the last of the big sheddings for this cycle for you. Okay. All right. Where are we going next? Girl Gone. Your question is what is your new guide's intentions? Okay. And let me just say hi real quick to the Gemini. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you again. All right. Girl Gone. What is the new guide's intentions? Why have they shown up now for Girl Gone? And what are their intentions? What are they assisting with? Ooh, 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 la, la. I'm going to go into the Sacred Geometry of Relationships Oracle for you, Girl Gone, so that we can get the vibe on this new guide that you're aware of. All right. Oh, gosh. Tressa, I see you missed Friday's live. That's okay. The replay is up. The replay is up. I really had a good time with the oracle reading. There were some powerful, like this Frequency Friday had a lot of reflective and powerful questions. Okay. Like a lot. And I really liked doing that because we have that large astrological transit of Neptune entering Aries in the ingress, which actually takes place tomorrow. So you're not behind on the energies. You can still go listen to the replay for Frequency Friday. It was good. It was good. We had a good time. It was good. It's a good time. All right. Not that we always we don't always have a good time. All right. So Girl Gone. This guide, we're kind of starting in a similar completion level vibe. Okay. This guide is coming in for you because you are done with a cycle. Could be a cycle with a previous guide. You may sense like one is stepping in and another goes kind of quiet for you. I don't think they're gone. I just think maybe another one is coming in here, and it needs this guide, and you energetically need this connection more than the previous version of you. Okay. So I think there is a bit of identity up level here for you. The reason I say that is you got the 10 of swords. Okay. So this is one of those, oh my gosh, what a bad card, just stab dead. Something's dying, something's gone, something's ending. All right. And I do feel like this is a powerful ending. I think it's a powerful ending and a change in how you've previously communicated. I think your communication is up leveling, and this new guide is going to help you find your words. I wouldn't be surprised if you start feeling more attuned to foreign languages, even, or more sensitive to that kind of information, dreaming in a foreign language, or even working with like tribal symbols or something like that. This guide seems to be one who is very attuned to that. So we have kind of an ending of an old way, and in a way, I kind of feel like this guide is helping you become the modern mystic that you're meant to be. I'm getting those words like modern mystic. And you're stepping into this, and this guide is helping on a communication level. And there's something about you energetically that had to die away first, that we had to close the gate on that so that you could enter. There's like a new environment here. And what's beautiful is then you step into the Page of Cups energy. Everything you're offering, everything you're sharing, the words you're finding, the people, the symbols, the nature that you're connecting to is a heart connection. I think it's going to be a lot more powerful for you than you've ever experienced before. And I know you're very sensitive and you've experienced a lot, but I think your heart is going online in a way that is new and exciting. You may physically feel movement and energy. It would be good to do some, just some like here on your clavicles, a little lymph massage, drainage in the heart area, and some tapping and things like that, because there's going to be a lot of energy moving. But this guide is helping you kind of shed that old way of communicating and coming into a new way that's straight from the heart. It also feels more authentically you. It has that youthful feeling to it where it feels young and fresh. I actually think you'll have a lot of appeal to some of the younger generations. They're going to be able to understand you and what you're saying. And all of this from the perspective of relationships is tying into your root energy or your first chakra energy, really actually connecting with you with how you're connecting with people in a day-to-day way, in a tribal kind of way in your life. The energy of the root supports our sense of safety in the physical world. So that's tribe, that's soul tribe, and this guide is representing that as well, and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies as well. So that maybe that's why I was getting kind of the physical sensations of, chest stretches to the open heart, yoga poses, those kinds of things are going to be very helpful for you as you navigate building this relationship with this new guide. It probably is going to feel at first like, oh, I don't know if this fits. This is a little different. This is weird, but it truly is. It does look like something that is very much agreed upon and universally sound. So I hope you can enjoy that. Very interesting. Great question. Great question. Mm, mm. Ashley is looking for direction on which town to move to. Wow, Ashley. Okay. Town, and then I'm going to read some of the other messages you put. Town S is closer to family. Town P is farther away from work, but near my tribe. Okay. Okay. And I see Maria Scorpio's here too. Hello. And Jennifer Morales. Hello. I Sharis. Beautiful names. Love it. Okay. I'm going to get to all of you. All right. So town S we'll do on one side and town P. All right. For Ashley. All right, it's coming up pretty clear here. I'm going to get you a timing card here too. You didn't mention that that's a concern, but let's put up a timing card here just to kind of help. The timing could either show us when you're making the decision or when the change will happen. Ooh, okay. It wants me to pull a timing card for both. Hang on. It's still kind of up in the air. Okay. All right. Town S Ashley gets the 5 of Wands and a not likely. There's something, see how it kind of looks like in this card it kind of looks like a phantom. There's something there. I know that's the one closer to family, but it seems to be more like a zone of tension, more challenging for you to try to land in that space. Okay. Town P so S is looking kind of like not really. It just doesn't seem like it's the highest and best choice. Town P, though, here's your tribe, the 3 of Cups. It says it's up in the air. And up in the air to me usually means that it's you who has to land with this decision ultimately. And you're probably not ready to land in the decision yet. Remember, you're probably, as you're dealing with the wood snake and the shedding, there may be some responsibility, accountability, or even just the voice of what you might consider to be practicality, trying to pull you into town S. But it doesn't seem like it lands well for you for some reason. There's not the, what I want to say, retreat or reprieve you're looking for with town S. With town P, I feel the success and your willingness to be closer to your tribe, to form more intimate and cohesive circles there is super important. I think there's a part of you that knows. I really feel there's a part of you that knows that's where your heart is. This is a very heartwarming, it's about gathering, it's about being around people, it's about being sociable, it's about letting your guard down and being able to be real with people and celebrating the real you. But it's coming with this energy of up in the air. So it's kind of like we want this to land with you somehow. I'm going to pull one more for you, Ashley, with the Angel Dreams Oracle, because I just kind of want that final message. We've kind of seen the difference between the two town energies here. Okay, this may be helpful to you. You got purple, which I'm sporting that tonight for sure. And I've got my lavender candle over here. Third eye and clairvoyance. What this tells me, Ashley, is that it's going to be that inner knowing. It's going to be those times when you are feeling like you have those moments of peace where this energy, which also a lot of purple in that card too, where everything that's up in the air seems to land for you. And When it lands, that's when I feel like you can rise. And then it's up to you to decide the type of energy you're going to rise into. But the town closer to your tribe and maybe creating a little distance from your work might be helpful. All right. But it's going to be your inner knowing. Your inner knowing is going to come through for you on this. I just see right now you're taking the data points in, whether it be this reading or, something else, like you're kind of just waiting for like the little signs. You're taking in the data points, and then you will know at some point. You will be clarified on that, and it'll come from within you ultimately. Okay. All right. Hope that was helpful for you, Ashley. I always think Hawaii for you too. I know that's probably not it in the long term. We're still going to visit there though, right? All right. Yes, thank you. Yes, I've been feeling better for a minute. Um, as soon as we hit like the transitions into so the Capricorn season, a lot of I was kind of sick and I had to recover from that. Kind of ran through our house, and then when all the Aquarius placements happened, then it was like all these new transits happened for me, and there was a lot of squaring and oppositional energy. So I kind of had to get through that. I had the physical and then the energetics, but I'm back. I'm back. But thank you. You guys were all so kind and understanding during that time. Nancy G, hello. Can you tell me what action will Scorpio take toward me? Yes, okay. All right. What action will Scorpio be taking toward Nancy G? After Nancy, I've got the Gemini. Okay. Reminder, mark your calendars for the 8th and the 22nd of February here on the channel for the next Q&A lives. If you're available, I'd love to see you again. Maybe invite a friend. If anyone has a friend, or you just get the nudge that someone might need a little pick-me-up reading, especially if they're struggling financially. These are great readings for people to be able to get something without the pressure of having to pay. So if you know anyone, send them my way on YouTube here. All right. So, Scorpio. Now, what kind of oracle card? We're going to go with the relationships, sacred geometry of relationships again. What action will Scorpio take toward me? Okay. Nancy, I really feel like Scorpio here is coming from an authentic place. There's definitely an energy of effort being put in by Scorpio here with this 8 of Pentacles, working hard to create the approach and the dynamic. I do think the action is going to be thought through. Like it's not just some sort of just whim, or just kind of like a fleeting thought. There's more effort going in here, which is, that's nice to see. Effort into working on the relationship with you, building. The 8 of Pentacles is about building something unique, something different. There's feels to me like you and Scorpio might be ready. There could be a repair if this is someone that you've had like a falling out with and you're trying to get on the same page with. There could be a repairing, or just you're wanting to take this particular connection in a unique direction. The 8 of Pentacles can be like putting your unique signature on something. This energy to me of Scorpio feels very well thought out, and actual action and practical steps go behind it in their approach to you. You got the 6 of Cups here. This would indicate a nostalgic feeling. So if Scorpio is not a person that you've known earlier in this lifetime, they are certainly someone who you have some sort of past life connection with. The 6 of Cups to me is a card of nostalgia. It can also be a card of just very clear and innocent care and kindness and love being expressed. I do think this is real. I do think it's authentic. I don't see any signs of deception here. I don't see any negative intention. And the oracle you got is the number 10. 10 is standing out tonight. You got authenticity coming from Scorpio. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all the aspects of our lives, with others as well as with ourselves. Maybe this is something Scorpio has had to work on, with it coming up with the Eight of Pentacles, of maybe living with a facade and does not want to come toward you and take any action towards you that is fake, false, or inauthentic. Okay. It honestly feels like there's work going into it. It's a kind and loving gesture, and it's authentic. Now, if there is past life connection there, though, too, sometimes that can make us feel a little uneasy and on edge. So if you are feeling that way at all, that would be why. There's sometimes the energies come back together, they just kind of have to balance out. This could also be someone you know this lifetime and have known in the past as well. All right, thank you, Nancy, so much. We'll move on to the Gemini. And then it looks like I've got Jennifer Morales. Hello. Okay, the Gemini. Hi. How will the rest of February go for me? Okay. So, well, we're almost there, right? It feels like it's February already. We're so close. But let's see how the month of February will go for you. Okay, and we're going to get you a card too from the Angel Dreams Oracle deck here. All righty, all right, Jennifer. And if I've missed saying hello to anybody, Izzy, there's Izzy. Hello, hello. I see you down there. I'm getting to you guys. Thank you for your patience. All right. The rest of February, we're going with the Angel Dreams Oracle because I want the vibe. You know, it's interesting, crystals and stones coming up for people tonight. So I'll just give you a little preview there. And I'm going to say I just had a lot of energy for you. Whew, Gemini. I just had a lot of energy come in on the right side. All right. That could represent masculine energy. It could represent a version of yourself. It could represent the divine masculine in some way, shape, or form. But it just, like, as I laid all three cards, then this just huge, it could also be the way that you perceive your own clairvoyance, your own claircognizance. Something coming from the right, or if you imagine maybe somebody feels like somebody's looking over your shoulder there. Okay. Maybe this is something that's going to deepen as the month of February goes on. There's a lot of transits and things happening, like I said. What's beautiful about what I see for you is February looks like a really good time to contemplate your direction. I don't think you have to be concerned about, I got to move quickly, I got to do something really, really fast. This is Wands energy. So it does mean action, but I feel like it's not a card of like pressure where someone's like shoving you into the water and you learn to swim. You have time to reflect. You have time to look at things here and to really kind of get your feet, get your footing and get stable. The Two of Wands is a patient, active energy. Okay. Now, the month of February is kind of short compared. I think it's going to fly by just like January has. So do keep that in mind. But it's nice to see that you might have some contemplative, reflective time actually show up for you in February. It to me, it feels like it might be around your passion and your life's direction. Maybe there's been some moments where you feel like it needs to change and it needs to change now. But in February, you start to feel that energy balance out and you get a really clear perspective about what the capabilities and what the path forward might be. You're going to begin to see that. Now, there is something coming, and I feel like this is closer to the end of February, where this could also be when the Chinese New Year happens, the year of the fire horse begins. I think you're going to make your way through this portal. Oh, so naturally. With the Two of Wands here, it just feels like you just kind of energetically move through. This represents an ending. The world does represent an ending. This could be to the clarity that you gained with the Two of Wands about what's going to come forward with you. I see you coming through this energy lighter than you felt before, which is really good. So you could be leaving a habit, a relationship, a person, a career, a job path, or something like that behind. Whatever it is, I feel like to tell you, whatever it is you're hoping that you'll be able to move on from, I'm getting a yes, that you'll be able to move on from it. Maybe it's, like you just want the income to flow, right? And you want it to be tied to something you're excited about. That's the kind of energy. And you have more fire. Fire is your element to work with in February. You got the fire opal, which represents sensuality and warmth. Okay, that's the beautiful energy. We do have, now what's really interesting, we have a full moon in Leo coming up on February 3rd. I do think for you, Gemini, this is a really important energy, a really important full moon. I would work with the fire opal energy, sensuality and confidence, because even though it's like the cold moon for the winter season for the Northern Hemisphere, for you, it's in this cold moon that you're finding your warmth. The moon is in Leo. So this too reminds me of a depth and a warmth and a connection, okay? You may be up leveling. You may be up leveling some relationship energy in your life. That could be romantic or in the form of friends, but you're definitely passing through the end of a cycle in February. And it's nice to see that you're not going to feel pushed and rushed through that. I feel like you're going to be moving at a pace that works for you. It's active, but it's not too pushy, which is nice to see. I also, you know how Gemini's kind of, they can kind of flip flop here. I don't feel that energy for you as much. It's more stable. February's more stable for you. Maybe your moon sign energy is coming into play, or your Venus energy, possibly. So something to look at. All right, Jennifer Morales. Hello, hello. Welcome. You would like Dion's feelings and future actions. Okay, Dion's feelings and future actions. Oh, how interesting. We're going to go to the relationships oracle for you as well. I'm going to say right off the bat here that Dion, is Dion someone who has kind of thrown an energy at you that makes you feel like this is just like a friend zone energy or something? Dion is showing me first, and I think Dion's going through a process. So let me just say that, okay? Dion feels conflicted right now. I think that the conflict that Dion is carrying, which is not yours, by the way, so be sure you don't absorb this, is not only affecting the relationship with you, but with other relationships in his life. And some of those could be rather distracting as well. He may have put you kind of in the friend zone or at a distance, I'm getting. I don't want to pass too quickly over, though, the importance of coming together in a solid friendship with someone, even if ultimately you want to be romantic, because the Oracle deck gave us the friendship energy here. And then what I'm seeing in the other card represents like a warming up and a growth into or from friendship. And this card says the energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection, which that's intimacy, and with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. So those, from that perspective, those are very important qualities for a relationship to carry. So if you're at all feeling, Jennifer, like you feel like there's been distance created, or you're questioning, is this more than friends? We're looking at a timing and a progression here. I do think Dion is probably going to make some sort of, and I'm getting Valentine's Day, some sort of expression of love here with the Page of Cups. I'm not sure I would put my hopes into it being like, it's not the King of Cups, so it's not like some massive proclamation of love, but this feels warm and inviting and appreciative of you. It feels respectful and it feels heart centered. So, just in case this is one of those relationships that you really want to be romantic, but still not, it's got great potential to grow that direction. Of course, it'll be about personal decisions and choices. I just think right now, Dion is very mixed up, mixed up. And it may not even be in like other romantic things. It might just be with family or workplace or something like that. That has a lot of energy, but there is an expression of love and care and an invitation here. The page is presenting. The page is curious. And so curiosity usually leads to some sort of action, especially as I'm seeing that there's the safety and the foundation of friendship there. All right, you'll have to keep us posted there, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Sheris, I hope I'm saying your name right. What does Dr. Fasal feel or think about me? Okay. Sheris, and then we've got Maria Scorpio. All right, how's everybody doing? I'm gonna get a sip of water. Those of you that are still watching, thanks for sticking around, even if it's not your reading. Sometimes you hear messages in other people's readings that also you're kind of like, that kind of makes sense for me too. That's what happens when a group of souls come together here. Okay. Sheris, Dr. Fasal, feel or think about me. Okay, and we're going to go to the relationships. I knew I was going to have to get this relationships deck out tonight. I just knew it. It's coming in very handy here. Whew, and I will say, Sheris, I'm getting warm. I'm getting a little warm. Okay. Now, you're saying that this is Dr. Faisal is a doctor. Okay. So we got the death card here. This to me may have to do with work somehow, or transformation. The death card isn't always about physical death. It can be, but when I read, rarely it's about that. It could be, there's like a very slight percent, but I feel this is more about transformation. Dr. Fasal finds your personality and your energy to be highly transformative. It could even have the effect of intimidating Dr. Fasal a little bit. Okay. I know sometimes we hear the word doctor and we hear like figures of authority and we think, how can they be intimidated? But that's what I get here. Like, you represent powerful transformation to Dr. Fasal. All right. And in some cases, that can be overwhelming. This is a major arcana card. This could also speak to one or the other of you carrying Scorpio energy of some kind. Dr. Fasal, also, the point of, I think, the point of contention or the block here has to do with communication, the Page of Swords. And maybe the reason why you feel like you have to ask is because Dr. Faisal, I think it kind of feels like, has a hard time clearly expressing themselves around you. Okay. The Page of Swords is learning. All right. And your energy is showing up as being highly transformative for this doctor. And so they're learning something new and may feel a bit shy. Notice how the character is kind of leaning back with the sword. They're not leading with the sword, they're kind of leaning back. And so the communication could be a little stifled. I do think it's important that things become more clear. And I think that's the direction it's going, We got number 43, transparency. So this would mean things become clear about this relationship and about how this doctor feels about you through a conversation that you have with the doctor. The energy of transparency supports our expansion toward a higher vibrational state of being. This doctor knows that your personality, your energy, who you are brings that, and that the ego has to die. All right. And he has to get over the fears, has to get over the fears. The transparency brings that higher vibrational state of being that has more insight, honesty, and clarity. And the page kind of struggles with that. So I do think there's some intensity here that the doctor is struggling with a bit, right? And we're looking for some sort of transparency that may come through a conversation here in the near future. I don't think this is going to take a long time to come your way. And I think it's going to bring clarity to this relationship. If in any way, shape, or form, Isharis, you've been feeling like not seen or even underappreciated, please just know, never dim your light. Never dim your light or stop being your true nature for someone else, no matter how they think or feel. If this is some sort of professional situation, this could be someone who's intimidated by your intelligence, okay? And maybe the Page of Swords could also be you having to bring up something to them to clear the air, right? But I kind of saw it as the doctor's hesitant energy, which is really, really interesting. Okay. All right. Maria Scorpio 92. Thank you, everyone, for dropping your question in. Maria Scorpio says, how many kids do you feel me having in life? I'm 33 years old, turning 34. Single at the moment. I'm very sad. Can you check? Maria, this is a situation that I have actually been in, and I was exactly that same age when I was really feeling that biological clock and that desire. Just to give you a little reassurance, and I don't know if Karen's still on, both Karen and I had our children a little bit later in life. I was 38 when I had my son and 41 when I had my daughter. Okay, so you're not too old. Just want you to know that. But let's see what the cards say. We're going to stay true to it. Okay. All right. And let's get you a timing card here too. Whew. I'm starting to feel your sadness. I feel it. And it's like a sadness that is also painful. We got the 3 of Swords here, and this represents that this is a true sad and painful time, that it's, not happening right now. But the whole very interesting paradox about this is that it is happening right now, is that there's something in you that's being cleared. See how this heart has the swords going through it, and there's like a rain, it's like a rainy day, rain clouds. These emotional energies that you're feeling, which are connected authentically and truly to your physical being, your hormones, your body is telling you, I'm ready to do this, right? It's really speaking very loudly. So this is, not something that I'm saying to brush off, but I do think you're going through the heavier emotions of it at the moment. I think it's going to clear. But this is really weighing you down. Another 10 comes up for us tonight with the 10 of Wands. It's as if the weight of this not happening yet is such a heavy burden for you to carry, that if you're unwilling to move through these emotions, which are quite natural for where you're at, you may not see the partner that is coming for you. Okay. And there is an energy happening right now, Maria, happening now. Energy precedes what actually lands in the physical. Okay. But the energy is happening right now for you of this partner coming in. And this rain cloud energy is going to pass. But it's also important that you don't bypass these emotions that you're feeling. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to come on and ask a question next time about this, that's fine. We don't want you judging yourself any more than you already have. And we want to support you, Maria, in dropping these wands. They're too heavy, they're burdening you, and they're blocking you from an energy of the right person coming in to be with you and to go through this journey of raising children with you that's happening now. All right. So, yes, you're definitely blocked, and that's okay. We're going to let that be okay. We're going to encourage you to show yourself a lot of grace and compassion and love, because that is a very hard and heavy time. It can make you feel like it's too late, it's never going to happen. But every time you go into that thought, you add one of these wands that blocks your way. You've got to be telling yourself it's happening now. It may be happening energetically. I may not see it in the physical, but it's happening now. All right. I do feel like you're on the move. Your path is going to cross, but just make sure you drop the judgments, which we pick all these judgments up from family and from society, and maybe even, somewhat our own desires of things, and our initial timelines didn't work out like we thought they would. But I will tell you, if this energy is happening for you now during Aquarius season, Aquarius brings in fresh, innovative, interesting, quirky ways of things happening that we just couldn't have even imagined. And for you, I kind of feel like in 6 to 9 months, the conversation's going to be a lot different for you. So it feels like this energy is just something that you'll move through now, and new things will be presented to you. Your job is to make sure that you process the emotions and go ahead and feel the feelings, but don't let those thoughts and judgments cloud your vision or block your way. Okay. That's a lot, because I went through that. I know you're asking about when you'll have the first kid, but let's move through the energies that I've already read for you, okay? I don't want, see those, when you fixate on that, that's where those wands come in and kind of block your way. What we want to do is, and I want everybody on here right now, this is important to Maria. So let's send some good, positive energy to her. Reassuring energy that she can trust in her connection to her greater being in the universe, and that the children that she's meant to have will find her. Okay. So let's all give her some good vibes from the universe, because that's it. It means something. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Different type of vibe, Girl Gone says. Okay. All right. Izzy, how are you? All right. I'm on Izzy. And then I've got Latoya. Hi, Latoya 255. How are you? Izzy, what is coming for you in love? Past, new, or both? Okay. Wow. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right. We have a little theme going because, we just kind of Maria's thing, and past, new, or both? I'm getting someone from the past here for sure. Let me get you a sacred geometry of relationships oracle. Someone from the past is coming back around. I wish I could say it looked good. So be on the lookout for this. Okay. Someone from the past comes back around. I don't think between you and this person it ended super well. So unless they're offering, like, this person's offering, like, an apology, a authentic, genuine apology, and in your heart of hearts, you believe what they're saying, um, they're back around for a pain cycle. Okay. So if this is someone that you've cut ties with in the past coming back, and you guys try to reconcile, it feels painful to me. This does feel like a caution to me. Like, be careful not to jump into that. Protect your heart is what I get there. Isn't it interesting how that card can show up? This is the pain body card. And this could also represent that the person coming back in from the past might try to convince you that they've healed, but they're still carrying around something that they've not let go of or not fully healed or integrated. So if you feel like I'm pretty clear on that one from the past, it could be their maybe going to try to present themselves like, oh, I've changed, everything's fine, but it's really not. The reason I say that is because we got the big baddie here, the devil. This is the energy of deceit and control. And this could also represent that, the two of you had a physical connection. Maybe that worked. That was the part of the relationship that worked, but it also can talk about giving in to desires with this person or feeling, like if you just feel like primally attracted to them, it being difficult. But when we look at this energy from the devil card, it's that energy of this is going to be matters of control, revisiting pain. And if you feel like you're on the right track moving on, I kind of feel like distance from that pain. I feel distance from that pain for you. I feel like this person's re-entry into your life brings in pain, brings back it kind of like it feels like it rips the scab off or something of stuff you've already healed. So the message here from the universe in the oracle deck is number 25, integrity. Okay, so this is about you and the integrity that you have and the standards that you set in your relationships. The energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. Okay, so this is the energy that doesn't give in to the lower basal energies of, well, you know, I'm just using this as an example. I'm not saying this is you, but it's kind of that energy of well, I've slept with them before. It's not going to hurt to sleep with them again. Like, it's been a minute, so I'll go ahead and do it. Integrity comes in and says, hey, if this is the energy that's showing up, this is the universe's way of giving you the opportunity to stand in integrity and not fall into the patterns of the past. Okay. And I know that's tough. And you probably, we got Valentine's Day coming up. Everybody gets very attached to that. You probably wanted some new, fresh energy coming in. That could come in after this. But when these messages come up for a reason, I got to say, keep an eye out and really have your boundaries up and be ready, because this may not be the best situation. Trust the values that you have for yourself, the standards that you have for relationships, and especially how you have learned from the past. Um, yeah, it can be a tough one because we want that new fresh energy, but sometimes we get that sneak in energy of something from the past before we're able to move on. But if we need the lesson, the universe will bring the lesson, so it may be in that form. So just be on the watch for that. Keep in mind too, past can represent past life energies. The devil card could make you feel like, oh, I'm really attracted to this person, but from a past life, there might be issues that have to be worked out, painful issues. But sometimes our bodies respond to the person through attraction. We get attracted because we want to resolve the karma. We naturally want to resolve the karma to evolve. Ooh, that one got a lot of energy moving through there. Okay, we've got Latoya 255. Hi. Oh, you're a number 11 on the likes. Thank you so much. Who's been thinking about coming back toward me? Possible zodiac signs. Okay, good. You are welcome. Okay. Who has been thinking about coming back toward Latoya. Oh. Oh. Who has been thinking about coming back toward you? Possible, whoa, zodiac signs. Okay. And the oracle card flipped right out here. Okay. I'm going to go with this energy first. We got the Tower, okay? The person, before I get into the zodiac signs, the person coming back in is like someone whose world you rocked or who rocked your world, okay? Pretty powerfully, like pull the carpet out from under you. Now we're on the magic carpet ride. I'm free falling with nothing to grab onto. What is this? My whole world is shaken up kind of energy here. From the perspective of a zodiac sign, I'm not getting it here in the Tower card. I'm just getting the vibrational energy of like, whoa, I feel big shakeup with this person. Okay. Shakeups can be good or bad, right? But they're like unmistakable shakeup energy with this person coming toward you. And then very interestingly, y'all be watching for these 10s. We've been having 10s come up on a lot of readings today. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles comes in. Now, this would represent your earth sign energies, Virgo, Taurus, and who's our other one? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Tower gives me the vibe, and I don't know how much access you have to your astrology, their astrology, but it's Uranus, the planet Uranus energy. Okay. That could also maybe check the transits coming up over the next couple months for Uranus. Off the top of my head, I'm not thinking of them. It's interesting that we got earth sign, which are stable and foundational energy, plus like a rock up, shake up. Maybe it's you who shake them up, who rock their world, and they're feeling real good about it. I mean, this earthy energy, this could also be in their moon sign, their sun or moon sign. Their energy is like vibing toward you. And I'm getting this like, oh, I don't know. I'm getting like this deep, like resonating voice, masculine voice. I don't know where that's coming from. And then there's like this, like, but it feels like reedy and resonant and like just like there's something about the voice. We got tenderness as well, number 40. So we have this great shakeup and this earthy energy, and then tenderness. The energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. So this could speak to the person that's thinking about coming back toward you. May know that they need to do so with a measured and tender hand and approach. All right. That could also be the way that their energy, as much as you like rock their world and shake them up, they really appreciate this tender, gentle energy coming in. It could be like, it's kind of like I'm feeling this, like how the feminine and masculine really like complement one another. And the feminine energy comes in and just calms the masculine, even when he's like, whoa, this is huge energy. Someone that really likes how they feel when they're around you because you give them like everything, like they get the whole scope of energy there. That sounds exciting to me. I love it. So yeah, definitely earth sign energy coming up for you though. Yeah, I hear you, Maria, because you ended a long relationship. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, you got to drop those wands to be able to see the new. All right, I am going to go ahead and do Pretty in Pink 8440. Okay. I'm going to do you next. And we're almost at 8 o'clock. So I got to say that I will be back on February 8th and the 22nd. Also, if you want to join Frequency Friday, it is collective readings, but if you come on and comment and talk, a lot of times the messages that come up with you guys, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like that was my message. So sometimes you end up getting a little bit of personal attention in those Frequency Fridays. They're on Fridays from 10 to about noon Central if you're able, or if you want to work and lurk. All right. So join me there if you can. I don't always get to everybody, and I'm so sorry if I don't. But, got to honor that work life balance. All of us do. Pretty in Pink 8440 is Kay secretly wanting to be my friend again. What are her thoughts and feelings toward me truly? Okay. Is Kay, and here we're going to go back to the relationships oracle here for you, Pretty in Pink. I love your handle. Love your handle, by the way. And I'm also glad you're a new sub. Thank you for subscribing. And I really would like to welcome any new subscribers to the community and just let you know that we're so, so happy to have you here. So very happy. Okay, Pretty in Pink. Yes, Kay does want to be your friend again. I do with this card, the Two of Cups, it always kind of gives me like that vibe of like the physician's formula, like a medicine here. I do think maybe that could represent that the relationship or the friendship needs a little bit of medicine in order to heal. But it also shows me two individuals coming together from the heart and being willing to exchange energy and talk about things from heart to heart. Okay. Yes, maybe there's some forgiveness that needs to happen. Maybe there's some healing that is going on here. And the other energy that I got is the King of Swords. With Kay, I feel like Kay is sensitive and has very, maybe even what I would call, what's the word? Fragile sensitivity and fragile emotions. So Kay has this hesitation that your energy comes off like the King of Swords, which is a powerful, direct, determined energy. Okay. Maybe Kay just needs a bit softer presence sometimes. So this could be, I don't know if that means that Kay feels bombarded by your energy, pushed maybe a little bit there, possibly. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think the King of Swords also shows a great ability to communicate and lots of intelligence. Um, but Kay is definitely the true feelings, as you're like, truly, truly, please tell me. It seems like Kay wants softness, softer, feels fragile to me, feels like someone that I would be a little bit more gentle with if possible. And I'm not talking about being fake and not saying what you need to say. I'm just talking about finding the softer edge, the patient edge with Kay. We got number 16, the divine feminine. The frequency of the divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. King of Swords is also a master at being connected through the intellect, but the feminine comes in. So this is that left brained energy, right? And the feminine comes in bringing that right brain energy. So that is what I see Kay desires in the relationships around. All right. So there's maybe a little bit of hesitation on Kay's part of like feeling like you come off too strong, maybe sometimes, or when you say things, you say them very directly. I mean, some people love that. Okay. It's just Kay, I think, needs a softer approach for some reason. Okay. A gentler approach. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the live. I'll go through and take a look at any comments I missed and say hello to you guys. But thank you so, so much. I will have Astrotarology episode 3, which is a mix of this week's astrology plus tarot archetype messages coming up for you on Tuesday. And I hope to see you all on Friday and then at our next Q&As. All right. Stay tuned, stay true, and keep creating. Have a great night.